Cookie. I really enjoy that you're eating that hay right in front of me, sir. Oh. We have an ASMR. Hi, my name is Kat and these are my rabbits, my bunnies. I'm no bunny expert, just to reiterate that again, but I have bonded bunnies before, and there's a lot of misinformation out there about how to bond bunnies, and this time around I did it completely differently because of the information that I now have learned. The first step in bonding rabbits is the pre-bonding phase. So the pre-bonding phase involves letting the rabbits be near each other but not be able to touch each other. So putting a pet gate in front of them and letting them interact not face to face yet. So they're just getting used to each other's presence and each other's smells and scents. So then they aren't so aggressive when they first are introduced to that rabbit. The second phase of bonding is introduction. So you want to introduce your bunnies in a completely neutral territory, which means no one's going to get defensive over their territory because rabbits are extremely territorial, so that will reduce a lot of the aggression. Usually the common information out there for bonding rabbits is that you need to stress bond bunnies, that they have to be on a slippery surface so that they don't gain any traction when they're fighting with each other, but that is not safe for rabbits because they can get splayed legs. No one's chasing you, bud. No one's chasing you. I have like a corridor downstairs where none of them have been. That's when I first introduced them. It was completely neutral. But because they had the pre-bonding process, there was no fighting, no circling, nothing. They were just really terrified of Cookie, so I didn't think that was good. He just constantly mounted them and it didn't look like they were having a good time. So I moved on to smaller spaces, like variations of the smaller space. After the bunnies have been introduced, you're gonna want to slowly increase the time that they spend together. You have to be very careful in a larger space because the rabbits will claim little areas as their own territory and they'll be fighting each other for those little sections of territory if the other bunny steps into it. So I've had to increase the space and put them in a playpen area. I think this is a comfortable phase for them because they're being pushed to share a larger space. Ash doesn't. Oh, he loves you. What are you doing? He just flopped. He wanted to lay next to you, you weirdo. The only time your bunnies are allowed to be left alone and are considered bonded are when there is no signs of aggression, no lunging, no chasing, no nipping, none of that for a few days. I would go the week. I'm not up to that phase yet. So yeah, what I've learned is don't listen to what is usually said out there about how to bond rabbits. You have to really work individually with your rabbits and how they are. What you're not going to want to do is put them in something slippery like a shower or a bathtub like everyone says. They think that stress bonding the bunnies is the best way to go, but it's really unsafe. It's very dangerous for rabbits to be on slippery surfaces. It's really terrible, especially for their feet. It's basically just bone underneath their foot. They don't have soft padding like dogs do. Grooming is not the main thing to look for. A lot of people say in your bonding sessions that you need to look for a reciprocal groom. A lot of the misinformation out there is that when they groom each other back, they're bonded, which I haven't found to be true at all, especially with 3 male rabbits. They are extremely aggressive. They will get into tiffs about random crap that I don't even know why, just like how Ash was running around for no reason, and then the other one gets like really defensive because he's running around. Yay! I hope that was on camera. You may find that in your own bonding process, you're gonna have to move back steps. It's a long process, and it's supposed to be long because they're developing a hierarchy between them. And although they're all grooming each other, which my bunnies are, it's not a safe bet to leave them alone. So yeah, there was many different phases of this bonding process that I went through. You have to really work with your rabbits and really experiment with what's working for them and also pushing them to the next level without really stressing them out. It's a fun process to see what your bunnies are going to go through or how they're going to decide to interact.